My name is Mike. Years ago, my wife Angela and I moved to the beach with our 4 children. It was the happiest decision we ever made. I created a beach lifestyle brand called 30A, and now we travel the globe in search of beautiful beaches and happy souls. Leaving Metro Manila's 21.3 million inhabitants behind, Angela and I find ourselves on a decidedly less busy island called Palawan. Here on Palawan, about 50,000 people call the town of Coron home, with fishing and tourism being its primary industries. Coron is basically just a port town. There's no real beachfront here, no strip of big fancy hotels, there's no shopping mall, no museums, no famous landmarks. Thankfully, there's no McDonald's or Starbucks. Instead, the town consists of a few crisscrossing streets, some of them are even paved, peppered with small restaurants, cafes, dive shops, dive bars, and a few massage parlors, all of which we indulged pretty enthusiastically. There's not much to do here between excursions except bounce around looking for a spot of coveted shade where you can cool off with a ridiculously fresh mango smoothie or a wonderfully cold and inexpensive bottle of San Miguel, which is the national brew of the Philippines. Find a rooftop perhaps with some water views, or just sit on a busy side street and watch the endless procession of locals, hairy backpackers, trikes, and charter boat hawkers. When you're ready to venture out, finding a captain and crew down at the harbor is pretty easy. Just show up, stand there for a minute, and pretend you have absolutely no idea what in the hell is going on. It came pretty naturally to us. Within moments, you'll find yourself being whisked away for an all-day island-hopping adventure. The prices are set and posted, and it's very affordable, so don't even try to negotiate with these guys. You can jump in with a large tour group to stay on the uber cheap, or you can splurge, and for about $50 US, you can have a big boat all to yourselves for the entire day. While the captain readied our good ship, provocatively named Sniper, one of the crew walked us to the nearby market where we loaded up on provisions, including fresh seafood, chicken, fruits, veggies, and plenty of water, and plenty of San Miguel, of course. With enough food, water, and beer to start a new island civilization should we need to, we set sail for the nearby Coron Island, a national preserve of coral reefs, clear water lagoons, hidden lakes, and pristine white sand beaches. For divers, there are a dozen sunken warships nearby, landing Coron on Forbes' top 10 best scuba diving sites in the world list. But even if you're not, the snorkeling here is accessible and excellent. One of the key advantages to hiring your own boat is that you can go against the trodden tourist track. Our captain took us to this reef first, called Smith Coral Garden. We had it completely to ourselves the entire time we were there. A short clip around the corner and we find ourselves in Banul Beach. We had this place to ourselves as well. Well, except this guy. He seems to have it all figured out. The scenery here is stunning. This is the Philippines we all dream about. By the time we snipers pull into the next lagoon, we begin to encounter a few more tourists. Beautiful young Instagrammers take turns posing for one another, trying to pretend they're in a state of total tropical isolation. We throw on our life jackets and our flippers, and we jump out of the boat. Life jackets are required by law, following a few high-profile drownings in recent years. We generally avoid drowning when possible, so we certainly didn't protest. Swimming through a rock passage, we enter the second lagoon. It's stunning. It feels like a scene from King Kong or Jurassic Park, or maybe, based on all the life jackets, maybe it's a scene from Titanic. But in any case, it's truly cinematic. By the time we reach Kayangan Lake, the tourists are out in full force. I mean, hey, we're tourists too, of course, but with the word sniper on our jackets, we feel like we're official in some way. It kind of even seems cool to wear a life jacket when you've got sniper on the back, right? A steep 10-minute climb up some pretty sketchy steps brings you to one of the Philippines' trademark views. This is the Filipino money shot, certainly as far as their Department of Tourism is concerned. A steep walk down the other side and you discover Kayangan Lake. Although it looks similar to the twin lagoons, this is actually a freshwater lake. It's one of 11 on the island. Only 2 of the 11 lakes on the island are open to the public. The other 9 are reserved exclusively for the tribes who have always called this island home. The next day, the equatorial sun shines strong, but the local winds are also strong. Too strong, in fact, for us to venture out to the other islands on our tropical punch list. Instead, we rent a motorbike and decide to explore the main island at our own pace. It's just $10 for a full 24 hours. No paperwork, no liability waiver, no insurance forms, no deposit. Here's my 500 pesos, here's your scooter and a helmet. Hopefully we'll see you sometime alive tomorrow. Why can't life always be this simple? With only a vague idea of where we are and much less where we're going, Angela and I scream down the Palawan highway. Not necessarily screaming in terms of speed, but screaming at each other to watch the road, avoid potholes, pets, passersby, and so on. We rode for hours, stopping at random places along the way, taking in the peaks and valleys and vistas, and generally watching village life unfold around us. This is pretty out there, guys. This is what we love. This is truly what makes us happy. Eventually, at the end of some long, dusty roads, we found Ocam Beach on the far west side of a province known as Busuanga. Ocam Beach might not have the white sand sex appeal of Banul Beach, but what it lacks in brochure cover candidacy, it oozes in authenticity. Ocam Beach is the real deal. People live here. Birds sing, flowers bloom, hammocks sway, mobile phones don't work. Children on recess run out onto the beach where they can hear the plane flying distantly overhead. You can find a few rooms to rent here for cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. You can get a large waterfront cabana all day for $2. The Bamboo Hut restaurant serves fresh seafood and fruit. Fresh because, well, what's the alternative? If Banul Beach is the aloof, sexy model, then Ocam Beach is the kind of gal you want to settle down with. If you wanted to jump head first off the proverbial grid, this is exactly the kind of place you'd want to land. Jimmy Buffett sings about one particular harbor in one of my all-time favorite songs. He sings, "And there's that one particular harbor, sheltered from the wind, where the children play on the shore each day, and all are safe within." You know what? This might just be that happy harbor.